You weren't supposed to hear this. Not yet. Not like this. But now that you're here, there's no turning back. What I'm about to tell you isn't just another rumor, it's a warning shot fired across the combat sports world. Oleksandr Usyk, the undefeated king of heavyweight boxing, might be about to do something that no one saw coming. For years, we've watched legends step out of their comfort zone, some to glory, others to disaster. But this could be different. Usyk's team has sent a message, a challenge wrapped in a mystery, aimed straight at one of the most polarizing figures in modern fighting, Jake Paul. But here's the real twist. This isn't just boxing anymore. Usyk might actually step into MMA. Now, take a second and let that sink in. The same Usyk who outclassed Tyson Fury twice, the man who dismantled every opponent in his path, could be about to trade his gloves for 4-ounce fists of destruction. And the target? A man who has made a career out of shocking the world. Jake Paul. But wait, why would Usyk even entertain this? Why would a fighter already cemented in boxing history risk everything in the unforgiving world of mixed martial arts? What's really going on behind the scenes? Because this isn't just about one fight. This is about legacy. This is about Anthony Joshua. You see, this isn't just another boxing vs. MMA crossover stunt. This isn't just some sideshow fight to grab headlines. This is a declaration of war. Because if Usyk steps into the cage, he's not just testing himself against Jake Paul. He's sending a message to Anthony Joshua, to every heavyweight in the world, to every fighter who has ever questioned his dominance. You have to understand, Usyk isn't your typical champion. He's not the kind of guy who talks a big game and avoids the risk. No, Usyk is a tactician, a warrior who thrives in chaos, who dismantles giants with precision. And now, with nothing left to prove in boxing, he's looking for something bigger. Something that will shake the entire combat sports world to its core. And Jake Paul? He might think he's the one in control. He might believe that calling out Anthony Joshua, saying he'd beat his is just another way to sell a fight. But here's what he doesn't realize. He just made himself a target for something he isn't ready for. Because Usyk, he doesn't play games. His team has already put it out there. They're interested. The door is open. And if the right offer comes in, Usyk won't hesitate to step into Jake Paul's worst nightmare, a fight where there's no easy way out. Think about it. Paul has been teasing an MMA debut for years. He even signed with PFL in 2023, but he still hasn't taken a single fight in the cage. He's talked about fighting Nate Diaz in MMA teased massive crossovers, but it's all been smoke and mirrors. Now, the moment of truth is here. Because if Jake Paul says yes, this isn't an aging former UFC fighter looking for a payday. This isn't another washed-up opponent stepping into his world. This is Oleksandr Usyk, a man who dismantled Tyson Fury, a man who has dominated every level of boxing he's ever fought in. And here's the real nightmare scenario. What if Usyk is actually good at MMA? What if the same precision, the same footwork, the same fight IQ that has made him untouchable in boxing translates to the cage? We've seen boxers fail in MMA before James Toney, even Conor McGregor trying his luck in boxing. But Usyk, he's built different. He adapts. He learns. And if he steps into the cage, he won't be coming to survive, he'll be coming to destroy. And then there's the Anthony Joshua factor. Because if Usyk beats Jake Paul in MMA, if he goes into another sport and humiliates him, the ripple effect would be massive. Joshua has already been linked to a potential fight with Paul. If Paul gets demolished by Usyk before that fight even happens, what does that say about Joshua? It puts him in a no-win situation. Either he fights Paul and gets nothing from it because Usyk already took him out, or he fights Usyk again to prove he's still the bigger name. And if Joshua fights Usyk for a third time, that's a fight worth hundreds of millions. Do you see what's happening here? This isn't just about one fight. This is about rewriting history. Because if Usyk beats Paul in MMA and then calls out Joshua, we're talking about a heavyweight boxing super fight that will shatter every record in history. But it all starts with one decision. Will Jake Paul accept? Or will he finally realize that he just picked a fight he can't win? Because the clock is ticking. And the next move? It could change everything.